Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode. I'm Jack Bigadoo, also known as the Hood Sommelier, and today we are traveling to the Rocky Mountain. Where is the better place to find whiskey than in Colorado? I don't know. There's a lot of distillery all around the U.S., but in Colorado, it just seem like they're out to come with the best whiskey that they can get. The competition is fierce, and the experimentation, the implementation, and even the innovation is different. A lot of distilleries out of Colorado are challenging the statute code that we know from whiskey, and I'm loving it. What does that mean for us, the consumer? It means that there is more whiskey to discover. The distillery we are going to today is 291. If you never heard of 291, I feel sorry for you. It's one of those distillery that is a must know, a need to know distillery because they started immediately out of the gate being different. They have a lot of expression out there. The cowboy, the bad boy, the cowboy, the H, the Colorado, the E, the HR. They have so many expression that are there that are easy to explore, but the signature of 291 is that they finish their whiskey in aspen staves, which give the whiskey, if you taste the whiskey out of the bunch, you already immediately know. The master distiller, Michael Myers, does an amazing job to try to challenge what we know as whiskey and really get out of his comfort zone. And what we're tasting today is the 291 E, which is their experiment version, batch 12. Each E that you taste or each experiment that you taste batch wise is different. This one is their first weeded bourbon experiment. It's a marriage of two different whiskeys that are weeded. One that have been made as a weeded. Yes, let me make sure I'm not lying to you. One mash bill that was created by Michael Meyer, and another one that was created by Eric Jett. So two different, a head distiller and a master distiller bring both of their distiller together. One weeded and one full grain with weed in it, and then they bring it together. So this one was released June of this year. Only 1,300 bottles, 60.8% ABV, 121 proof, corn, malted barley, malted rye, and malted wheat. So this is their first wheated expression, and I'm very very curious to try it because I'll honestly say there haven't been something that 291 released that at least haven't piqued my interest. And if you're in the market, yeah, a lot of people will say, oh, the price is a little higher, but they do bring out exclusivity and something small enough. 1,300 bottles is not enough. Is it's small? They could call it a small batch, but this one in particular, batch 12, have been aged for 721 days. What is that in years? That's 2.5 years. Yeah. So 365 times two, right? 350 times two is seven. So 2 years is been aged in American oak barrels, and let's give it a taste. You can count on 291 to give you the most beautiful color you'll ever find. For me, I have like almost like a every time I looked at 291 or I look at any of their expression, they remind me of a blood red sunset. That's what I see their whiskey color to be. Blood red sunset. Just that's the color because they really do put emphasis with that fluctuation of temperature in Colorado. Give it all that beautiful color. Yeah, on the nose, I get the typical 291, a little bit of that cinnamon, major cinnamon, graham cracker, spice note, a lot of spice note. But let's go for it. Ooh, packs a punch. The cinnamon level is very high, but it's chewy. You can chew on this for a long time. One thing about 291 whiskey is it will keep your ass warm. It will keep your ass warm for sure. The heat that it gives you, there is a sweetness in your mouth, but that heat that it gives you from that cinnamon slash nutmeg, a little ginger stays there, right? You almost need, like, there's no way you can drink 291 when you're cold and you don't warm up. I always put 291 in my hot toddy when I'm having a cold because it always works. It always works. Let's give it another taste. It it really coats your mouth. A lot of graham cracker, no bready, very, very like almost thick inside of your mouth. A lot of brown sugar, but the cinnamon, the spicy note on this is a little high up there. Not like spice in the sense of always spicy, but more in the sense of like if you chew on some ginger and you stay in and you add some cinnamon, you add some clove, you add some. So those spice note in the mid palate are really, really high. The front is sweet spice note, but the interesting thing is that the finish doesn't bother me at all. The finish is just there. It's solid. Solid finish. The mid palate is when all the thing is. If you're someone who like your whiskey with a little spice punch to it, this expression would do. But the weeded portion of it makes it so it's so thick, it's chewy, almost coat your in the inside of your mouth till you can't even like I have to it keeps me salivating almost. Something about this whiskey makes me come back to it. Like at the finish, you get a little bit of those licorice note, like a little bitter in the finish, some licorice note. It's solid. The finish is a little short. It's solid. It just stops with a little tingle on the back there. Mid palate, those clovey notes are not going away. They're there. They're there. If you spice your food, if you like spicing your food, this is it. If you're someone who likes some curry chicken, some nice curry chicken, some jollof rice, some, you know, some meat too. You like smoked meat, barbecue smoked meat. This is the whiskey for it. Some smoked brisket, something meaty. It will marry perfectly with this. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, how does this whiskey make me feel? It makes me feel adventurous. Makes me hungry for adventure. Makes me want to explore. I want to add more water, break it down, see how I go. What like I said, I will pair this with something meaty and spice, full of spice. So some smoked brisket, some jerk chicken, something like that. That I'll actually have it with. Let me know if you've tried 291 batch 12, the weeded version, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you pair it with. Till next time, cheers.